The bloopers always happen when it's really anointed, or when it's really important, right? So this person was leading worship, and it was a very powerful moment, and there was tears and joy and dancing and the whole thing, and wild dancing and craziness around the room. Is this okay to say this one? I mean, this is kind of R-rated a little bit. No?
Because it's going to happen to someone in this room. Hopefully 5 of you.
It's going to happen to someone for sure.
So this person is wildly dancing across the stage, and it's one of those like Jesus chaos moments, and worship is just like rocking.
It is, yeah.
And this person full on peed their pants. Full on. In khaki. Full on. Can't hide it. You have one choice, to rock it or to stop. You're in a conference of 2,000 people with lights. You cannot hide. I full on just peed my pants.
And the funny thing is there's only a few people that noticed, and it was kind of like now we have some personal ones we're going to share, but the people in the front were like, is this really happening? Wait, he or she, we don't know who it was. It was we gotta be careful.
If it would have been a guy, that probably would have been worse, honestly.
It would have been worse. It would have been out front and very obvious.
This person wrapped a sweatshirt around themselves and rocked it out the rest of the worship service. And they got a new gem in the crown of awesomeness.
Sometimes our physical bodies can't hold up to that's the only thing I can think of, because, you know, if I had to go to the bathroom that bad, you know, I think I would have panned out a little different. But the next one's a really good friend of ours. There's actually 2 of them. One of them, it's the same, it happened the same, 2 different people, but the same thing. A really good friend of ours, and you know who it is, but I'm not going to say who it is, was doing a conference, and he was really having some stomach stuff.
I think I know.
This is kind of gross. And seriously, he's up there in front of people preaching away.
Preaching, not leading worship where you can hide. Preaching.
Preaching with his slacks on. And you know, you ever been, you know.
What do you do?
It starts to come out and you can't really tell. Right?
There's a word for it. We won't use
diarrhea's in his pants preaching in front of people. And the problem is, it's really anointed. So he has to keep going. But he says, the whole time, luckily, it went down his legs.
You're awesome right now, every leg.
And he tells us this story around a dinner table. Into his shoes. And what the best part is this, is he's facing the stage, and it's sticking to the back of his nose, his pants. So
everything threw up in his mouth.
So he's kind of frozen in place, and he's, you know, what do? Well, he just kept preaching, and this happened to 2 different people, the same story.
What's the point? The point we really want to get across to you, amongst these hilarious stories, are that when you are on this stage, the show must go on. Now, the other thing is stuff's going to happen to you on that stage where you are going to have to learn to peacefully bow out or off the stage. But there's going to be the stuff that's going to happen to you, or just pretend like you're slaying the spirit. That's my trick. Anything embarrassing happens, I just lay down behind the slave spirit. Next time I do that, you're going to be like...
My dad tells a story. We were in, it was right when renewal was really going strong. We were doing these meetings in Visalia, California. And, no, it was a different place, but there was pews, wooden pews, and they were praying for this lady, and they didn't have a catcher, and she went out, and right here in the base of her neck, and the pew, she fell back, and it hit her base of her neck, and my dad says, I didn't know if she was dead or not, because she just was knocked out like that, and was laying on the ground, and for like a half an hour, see the anointing's going up, they're all ministering, and so him and the leadership are literally like scared to death that this lady died, is dead. So for half an hour, they're kind of trying to get her to come to, and she won't come to. So for 30 minutes, they're having to kind of like keep it going, but at the same time, there's a problem. Well, luckily, nothing happened to her. She came to, so it's totally fine. We have some other ones. We'll just keep going. I'll leave you to jump in. One time in the renewal, see, when we used to do the renewal, we would do worship before the meeting and then after the meeting for like 5 hours. And you know, Mark back in Toronto knows this. They play all night sometimes, but the show must go.
What's your longest, Mark? What's your longest post-meeting session of ministry time? 3 days?
3 days straight on. So now, I'm doing this ministry time, and the intercessors are behind me. Keep going, and it's like really anointed, and we're in this moment. But the problem is, I have to go to the bathroom before the meeting started, and I didn't go. So I'm doing this thing, and the whole time, like, God's using me, and it's really anointed, but yeah, water maybe. The only thing
Brandon, can you grab us 2 waters at a coffee shop?
The only thing I can think of the whole time is that I have to go to the bathroom really bad, pee really bad. So anyway, literally hours and hours into it, and I'm just like, and they're whispering, like, keep going, it's fine, keep going. So like finally, I sneak out, and when I try to go to the bathroom, I can't go to the bathroom because I'm cramped so bad. Anyways, there's not really a point to that, but that's just another, we're opening up to you guys. This is really what goes on behind the scenes. My dad fell off the stage one time. You can tell that story.
He was preaching at our church when I was like probably 12 or 13. And he was walking, and he was looking at the crowd like this and things. And Bill, if you know Bill, he's like Rico Suave at all times. Like everything he does is like super suave. But he was preaching, and I don't know if he thought the stage continued or what, but he just like kept walking, like he was walking on air. And all of a sudden he falls, and he falls like down 3 steps and falls like on his knee, and then he kind of looks around like, and the whole crowd goes, and he goes like, did that really just happen to me that I fell off the stage?
But what did he do?
What? He just made everyone laugh, and was like, well, and he kept on going. He was like, well, what do you do? But there's stuff that happens all the time up here that, you know because you're probably up here doing it, but stuff's gonna happen on the stage. But something that has to stay the same is the audience, the crowd, wherever you're worshiping in front of, they can feel you lose that security and that confidence. So it's not about BSing them to the fact of like, I'm always in control, everything's always perfect. But there is something that we have to learn to maintain, whether you are a keyboard player or the worship leader, and that is to keep your focus straight and to keep that confidence going no matter what happens on the stage. Because random funny stuff's gonna happen. Now, it doesn't mean we BS and we lie about it and like pretend like it doesn't happen. You know, that's really annoying, honestly. It's like when someone just starts the song out in the wrong key and it's like super ghetto, and you're like, instead of going, sorry guys, let's try that again. You know, they're trying to pull it off, but the whole crowd's like, are you going to talk about how awkward that was?
You didn't fake us out. We knew.
Yeah, don't try to fake us out that you just all started in 6 different keys. Don't even try. So, but there's an aspect of when you are real, and you just go, yeah, that was horrible. We need to start that over again. The whole crowd kind of goes, and they become at ease with you. You know what I mean by that? You create a culture of just being like, okay, this is cool. And at the same time, when you exude that confidence of, nothing's going to detour the ship, the crowd can feel that. So I just want you to understand that the crowd really feels what you exude.